Welcome to Hope Institute's Child First Care series. In these videos, we will introduce you to some practical ways you can equip children to thrive. Today, we're talking about privacy. In many cases, the children you serve have already experienced violations of their privacy, their personhood, and their self-agency. And your call is not just to stop maltreatment of these children, but also to develop in them a sense that they control their stories. So, let's talk about how to do this and particularly focus on the topic of privacy. This is an important issue and one which we often give insufficient attention. Having their own space and a sense of control over their story, their image, is just as important for children in care as it is in any family. We're going to do this one a bit differently. Let's look at a few scenarios and see what we might learn about protecting the privacy of a child in care. Here's our first. A visiting group arrives on campus, and as they step out of the van, several visitors immediately begin to take pictures without asking if it is permitted or appropriate. Have you seen this happen? Think about this. The message to the children is, you are different and you are on display. If the first thing anyone visiting your personal home did was to start taking pictures of your children, how would you feel? How would your children feel? Possible solution. Have a written guide that allows one photographer per group, a person who must abide by your policy on photography, including how these pictures may or may not be used on social media. Or second, your annual appeal tells a story, including pictures, of a child who was trafficked before he came into your care. The appeal is available for viewing on your website. Think about this. What happens when his peers, either on campus or at an off-campus school, find his story? Embarrassment, humiliation, loss of control of his story as belonging to him? A possible solution. Make sure every child in care knows that their story is theirs. In your appeals, always change names and never attach actual pictures to story. Another one. A campus tour not only visits the home on your campus, but visitors are given free rein to have supervised visits of the children's bedrooms. But then, one adolescent girl who has not engaged visitors in the public area of the home does not look up from reading on her bed as the visitors inspect the bedroom. Think about this. Should a child have the right not to be on display or not to interact with guests in the home? How does having guests she did not invite in her bedroom make her feel? Possible solution. Have private spaces where children know that they are not on display, and this is especially true for older children. This is actually an easy one. Just say, bedrooms are off limits. Here comes a word you hear a lot from us. As in so many areas, the key to respecting privacy is intentionality. Privacy for the child in your care does not just happen on its own. It takes thoughtful and deliberate policy and activity on your part. But it is absolutely requisite to help your children build healthy self-images and positive future. And here's a concept that may not immediately come to mind. We may need to consider how not affording children this personal privacy impacts their self-identity and their self-image, even, or maybe especially, when they are okay with not having that privacy. Do your kids run out to meet the van and start posing for pictures? Maybe. Are they excited to show the guests their bedrooms and their closets? Perhaps. But does this make it okay? Maybe not. Part of the responsibility you have is to help these children develop a well-founded self-image that brings with it a sense of privacy. Not understanding boundaries of privacy can lead, for example, to certain high-risk behaviors once a child ages out of care, like inappropriately sharing pictures on social media. So, even if a child seems happy with encroachments on their privacy, you have the responsibility to carefully consider how to build and reinforce their sense of control, their sense of boundary, their sense of privacy. So, our encouragement to you is this. Think deeply and carefully about how the sense of privacy is nurtured in your children. Write that policy that makes privacy an important part of your care. If you like this video, check out some more of the resources on our site, and be sure to let us know how making privacy a reality for the children in your care is working for you.